America, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. Hope you're doing well. It's True Blue Thai here in Thailand, and it is one Parahasabudi Thursday here in Thailand. And so for instance, I've got a bit of few back down to my eyes this morning, but oh god, what a great, honestly. There's a team. They just get better, don't they? They're a gift that keeps giving, and I was really upset and down because of the Spurs loss, etc. And it's taken me a while to get back on, back up again. And for instance, and only find out that United have done their level best to make me happy again, and I just can't believe it. Seriously, not only do they play this game against Arsenal, etc., and expect that and try and gloss over how we can beat any team in the Premier League in the top six, etc., apart from the team they've just lost to, and glaze everybody saying, "Oh, we're the best team, and and blah blah blah, and what's it called? And these new recruits are gonna, take United and Tesco, and everything's gonna go beautiful, and then what's it called? Which I honestly, I was watching that United Arsenal game and I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep. Now, whether you believe me or not, believe whatever. Okay, game start late here. What's it called? But still, I was watching that game and I was falling asleep. And that was how entertaining it was. And and then they've gone off to Fulham, and the next game, etc., for instance, and they drew against Fulham, and they're blaming it on a penalty miss by Bruno and everything like that. But and then they've gone off to Grimsby last night, etc., and they've lost to that one, to Grimsby, the League 2 defeat. Now, let's put it into context a little bit. When they lost against MK Dons 4-0, I remember that well. And for instance, but that was the second string of United. So, for instance, to sit there and say that that they lost and blah blah blah, it was their second string. This is United's first string. This is their first team, and they've lost to a Division 2 side. Doesn't sound that bad, but it's kind of like 4 divisions down. So you got the Premier League, they got the Champions League, you got the First Division and the Second Division, and that is where they've lost to. I'm not so sure how Grimsby are getting on in, for instance, League 2 this season, but still, I can't believe it. And I was watching the highlights this morning, etc. The amount of space that guy had on the left in the first half, it was just unbelievable, just ridiculous. And United insisting on playing there's three at the back, etc., and they don't have the players. And I criticise United's transfer policy, because again they were buying Tesco and buying whoever, Mbabu, whatever, and for instance they were buying these players, and I was thinking, why are they not addressing midfield? Why they're not addressing what is clear issue, which is the 3 at the back, because they don't have the players, and why they're not addressing the goalkeeping situation. And so what's changed from last season? Nothing, apart from the fact they might score a few more goals this season, but it clearly ain't. But still, I just can't believe it. They're still relying on a Harry Maguire, to bail them out, but it happened, didn't happen, got them to a penalty shootout. But honestly, it's a hilarious football club. I'm watching Amarin cowering behind the back of his behind the back of his trainers, etc. For instance, sat down, not even watching the penalty shootout. Where's the man in you, Amarin? So honestly, between Amarin and Potter, I don't know who's going to go first. So I said, if you spoke to you with me when I'm speaking to my city friend, etc., who I've just reconnected with, and he said to me, what about United? I said, United are rubbish. I said, United are different from last season. I kid you not. So, but let me tell you, this is absolutely true, by the way. I didn't watch the game, but I knew United's game was on. But I'm not going to get up at 2 a.m. in the morning, etc., knowing that I'm going to be up at 6, because she's up at 6. So, for instance, and I thought, no, forget it, I'm not bothering. So, but I got a kind of like I woke up, I don't even know what time it was. I woke up and I got this urge and this kind of like nudge, as if to say, or a shove to say, turn on the internet, look at your phone. I swear to God, I'm not saying one word of a lie. And I came on and I went on the BBC website for fixtures and scores and fixtures, and I saw I was expecting United to have won 6-0 and blah blah blah, and I saw this game. I saw this. For instance, I saw all the games. Like Brighton won. They're back into the pink, as it were, but they should be winning. Everton winning, etc. And I looked it down, and the last game was United against Grimsby 2, United 2, and penalties, and it was 11-11. When, for instance, when I looked, and I thought, okay, I press onto it, thinking that I was going to get more information. It was all about stats and everything like that. And then I waited just for a few minutes, and then it says, did it change? Flashed 12-11 to Grimsby, and then I was thinking, okay, just a second more, and then it says flashed again, Grimsby through to the next round. I'm like, you're kidding me! Christ, and I thought, oh wow. After that, I couldn't sleep. That was it. I had to turn on Sports Bar, and Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara, in clown suits, looking absolutely quite dapper, if I may say myself. With United's a picture of Amarin, with United scarves on. Look, actually did go well together. With United clown suits and with their circus tent and everything. So. Brilliant, absolutely superb. And listening to United fans, and there was one, I thought he was crying. He was crying. But they're hilarious football club. They really are. And give me an opportunity to listen to the Manchester City, because it is a Man City channel, but let's enjoy it. And there was so we've got Huddersfield away, which is a good result. They're seeded at the moment. Because of so we weren't going to get like we normally get like a Spurs or something like away. So but because of so seeded now because of the teams can't meet each other in the Champions League, that kind of thing. And our Spurs are in the Champions League, so that was good. And Liverpool and blah blah blah. So, and we're not going to play United. So, and Huddersfield away, which is a nice little trip to the City fans. Just hop on the train, etc. There you are, and happy days. So we played Huddersfield on more than one occasion out there. I think we played them in the cup. Also beaten 10-1. That was I remember that game well. I was unfortunately I was actually working that day. That for instance and. Yeah, and had the radio on. I couldn't believe it. And I was like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4. Yeah, absolutely. So, but going back to Man City against Huddersfield, great. So happy days. So yeah, great. Wow. So happiness. All right, let's crack on. So today we've got a few things. We've got the Champions League draw today, which is later on this afternoon. So that'll be interesting to observe and watch. For instance, So we got the Champions League draw. So that's going to be good. I will look forward to that. For instance, watching that. United get battered everywhere they go. Oh, it's so hilarious, and getting battered, getting on the Lincolnshire coastline. And Fabrizio Morano, oh my God, I love this one. Eliminated, United eliminated for the League Cup, Carling Cup, whatever you want to call it. Caribou Cup, and this one my favourite. Big Sam, don't worry, I'm on my way. Oh, just get yeah, he's back. Yeah, unbelievable. So yeah, the nice one. How much did he cost? How much is he earning? How much was United's squad? And then they couldn't put you a bunch of in a League Two side. My Christ, oh God, as a penalty gun shone right over the top. But again, since you've got away to Huddersfield Town, so for instance, so that should be an interesting game, for instance, and I expect City to win. Good. Happy birthday to you too. Is it Bernardo Silva? I know it was Nunes' birthday yesterday, so I think it's Bernardo Silva. I'm not quite sure if it's his birthday today, but it's our captain. And it's nice to see them all. They're all back in training yesterday. Saw a few pictures of the training pitch. Saw pictures. So yeah, that was nice to see. This link of what I saw with James Trafford going to... Oh, that was interesting. Let me just pop onto that. Yeah, so it appears that the Savihno deal is now off. So regardless if there's even the 70 million, etc., Manchester City have said nope, he's staying at City. And let me just put this down there, just to drop my iPad. Anyway, so it appears that, for instance, Savihno is staying at City, so the whole thing's offer. Even if, for instance, Spurs offer the 70 million, he will not be leaving Manchester City at any time. So how he's going to recuperate and how he's going to come back, is he finally going to be injury free? How is he going to go back? Because he clearly wanted to go, so how is it going to go back? I can, depending on who you believe, whether City, because there was always a pushback, even though the Rodrigo deal was still kind of talked about as being on. There was a pairs at the boardroom, someone on the board didn't want Rodrigo to go, so which was strange, and also we got a pretty decent offer. Now people are saying the reason why the Savihno deal was off is because we didn't get the Rodrigo came out in the newspaper that, for instance, he would not be going to, wouldn't be leaving. He'd be staying at Madrid and fighting for his place, and then that's the reason why Man City have cancelled it off. But Man City have also you've heard the rumours that Man City also said that the Savihno, there was somebody blocking the board, somebody from the board was blocking the transfer deal way before that came up with Rodrigo. So whether what you believe, what you don't believe, I'm sure it'll come out in the wash sometime. But yeah, so shame really. I was looking forward to seeing Rodrigo. There was a woman, for instance, on LB's channel, Maria. She was always been saying he was going to come to City. So shame. But we'll see. And I hope for Savihno comes back with a better attitude and and fighting for his place, and realise the fact that, for instance, even though we rate him highly, even though he should be playing on the left, even though we play him on the right, that, for instance, he's going to come back with the right attitude and stay at City. So because and accept the fact that he might not play every game, but again, for instance, nobody's going to play every game. Even Erling Haaland or Erling Braut Haaland, which I believe is now, because I believe he's changed his for instance, his name, he's got Braut Haaland on the back of his Norwegian top, but he's going to keep Haaland Manchester City. So yeah, so it's going to be Haaland at the back of Manchester City and Braut Haaland when he's in Norway. So yeah, so they've got the Champions League draw today. I'll be watching that later in the Europa League as well. So I'll see what happens and see who we're playing, or not who we're playing. Yeah, who we're playing. So and just hope we. Whatever, you're not going to get an easy draw. So, like for instance, the teams we had last season, etc., we should have been beaten, but we didn't. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Stefan Ortega, it is running against time, so we don't. The Stefan Ortega, Nikolai Kanji, Nathan Aki, Gundo, I think it's all going to go down to the last minute. It's going to, for instance, it's going to go down to the last days, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know. We'll see. This guy is also linked as well. Adam Wharton. I expect it's not going to happen this season. This summer. Sorry, I expect maybe in the January. Or no, it will be next summer, if anything. It would be good to get him in because again, for instance, we need a different, fresher, faster, better. Newer, centre backs, and this guy would be ideal to. We need a right back more than anything else. So, but we'll see what happens. There's also a link. Heard that James Trafford was linked against another Turkish crap that he was going to go to where was it? Where was that? My Christ, I can't believe it. I would find it very, very, very strange. According to claims, staggering claims that a Turkish newspaper, and we've heard Turkish newspapers talking crap all the way through the summer transfer window about Edison, about Aki, about Akanji, about Gundo, it's all done, he's in Turkey, blah, 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 and all this kind of crap. So this Politiken, and translated, related by sports witness, blah blah blah. Besiktas have made contact over a potential loan signing for Man City's new number 1 James Trafford. It claims that the England international has travelled to Istanbul to commence transfer talk with Besiktas. President Selala and said there's no indication that the purchase option has been negotiated at any temporary agreement. The prospects of Besiktas would provide Trafford with passionate football environment alongside European competition, and would accelerate his progress, and would while also allowing Man City to monitor his performance in a high level to a high level. What I think this is absolute garbage. I don't know where these Turkish, because they've been linked with everybody. I'm surprised they're not linked with the, with Pep Guardiola. I think they have been too in the past, but I think that's absolute bogus. And they've been yapping on, talking through the backsides all season. For instance. They've been talking through the backsides all season regarding Manchester City's players, and we still haven't got the Edison thing across the line. So I do believe they're still talking, but again, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so but overall, I think that's absolute crap. I think the rest of it, I think we're 5 days down to the end of the transfer window, and I do believe, for instance, I think it's all going to go. I think it will all go. I think it'll go down to the transfer last week about Calvin Phillips, about Aki, about Kanji. Where's he going to go? Who's going to go here, there, and everyone else? I don't know, but. Oh, it's funny. There's playing with his tactics board. Oh, so funny. Hilarious. It's not worked out, mate. So, but it's honestly, it's just hilarious. They really do. They really put a smile on my face. I've got the sun. She's gone back to work. I've got the sun on my side. I was going to go running today as well. I'm running up to the market later on, and cloudy day there. So, but it's a beautiful sunny day, blue and white sky out there. So, and I'm just happy days. So, but yeah. So yeah. I just can't stop smiling. I should be dead in the water. I should be tired out. But I'm not. I'm just. Listen, I've just been watching United fans just cry. Right, so yeah, but Brighton did win yesterday. So let's see what happens. We got Pep's press conference tomorrow. For instance, and we'll see what he has to say. Still plenty of work for Edison to be deal done. So yeah, nothing new there. Manuel Kando to respond to Galatasaray. You heard that? That's nothing new. So again, I think it'll go down to the next 24 hours, and so the last the transfer deadline day, to tell the truth. And even though I'm gonna hate that. So for instance, and we still don't know who's staying and who's going, really, and this is not good for a squad. It really isn't, especially the goalkeeping situation. We need to get that done and dusted. Donnarumma needs to sign. My only worry is, could the rags come in for Donnarumma while City are messing around? So this is my only concern. But but we need to get it sorted, and we need to find out who's our number one, and for instance, who's staying and going ASAP. Thank God the transfer window's closing, but I think it's going to be an up and down day for City fans. But at least now we know with Savihno. But I do believe Donnarumma will be City. But I've got to stay with my convictions. But yeah, I just want it done and dusted now, so we can focus on Brighton and everything, and who are going to get in the Champions League. which I'll be going to be watching, and I'll have a chat with you about it tomorrow. But happy days, otherwise that. So Man United, thank you very much, Cobham Car, for giving me a few extra bags under my eyes. But thank you very much for cheering me up. So yeah, absolutely the worst. God, you can't believe it. That's got to be the worst. They are. And watching United fans melt down, and the fine pig, that poor printer, and Goldfish, and all the rest of them. So yeah, love it. They gave us so much crap, etc. when we were down, and so they don't deserve our best wishes in any way whatsoever. Let this moment continue, and guys, I'm gonna love you and leave it. I've got a smile on my face, and it'll probably stay here for the rest of the day. So, for instance, and if we can get the Donna thing over the line, etc., that'll even more mature me up, and let's see who gets in the Champions League. But happy days! Thank you, my United. So for cheering me up, waking me up and cheering me up. I don't know who woke me up, but thank you. Come and see you tomorrow.